Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. This is the English translation of the Majlis of HAZRAth MAULANA Qamaruzzaman which took place on Sunday morning at about 9:30 a.m. at Baitul Azkar in Wasiabad, Allahabad, UP, India, Sunday, the 29th of Jumadul Akhirah, 1444, corresponding with the English date, 22nd of January 2023. Hazrat Wala reads a portion of the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. نعم المال الصالح للمرء الصالح رواه Ahmad. I picked up this kitab, Hazrat Wala is saying, and I had a nishan and a marking there, and I think to myself now that I should read from this portion and read this out today. Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab had an entire risala just on this topic. Now here we learn that an Amr ibn al-As radiyallahu ta'ala an anna Nabiya sallallahu alayhi wasallam qal, narrated from Amr ibn As radiyallahu ta'ala an, that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said to him, qala lahu uridu an ab'athaka ala jayshin, I wish to make you the Amir of a certain army. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala must make you return safe and peacefully. Meaning that you must go and you must achieve and conquer and be victorious and come back safely as well. Now from this also we understand the i'tidali ta'lim of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, whereas in the same breath we know the great virtue, merit and fazilat of a person who becomes shaheed. But Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam's i'tidali ta'lim, and there is a need for it at every place. So you must return safely. You must get the booty of war, and that you should get a great gift from the side of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning with regards to booty of war. So I said to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam that, O Rasul of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, I did not accept Islam for wealth, riches and treasures. Rather, I accepted Islam because I was thirsty and enthusiastic for that, and so that I could be in your company, so that I could be blessed with your grand companionship. So then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says to him, O Amr, نعم المال الصالح للمرء الصالح, that this pure and park good wealth is something so good for a saintly servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning that it is something which deserves, it is such a ni'mat that deserves to be really appreciated. Now Amr ibn As radiyallahu ta'ala an, we're going now through the tashri. That wealth, if it is achieved in a halal and in a jaiz manner, then it becomes such a great bounty which deserves to be appreciated. Qabil qadr ni'mat, or iska khas fazal hai, it is something very, very virtuous. Therefore, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses any person with wealth in this type of manner, then he should make shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he should spend it in a place, in such a place which would be pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From amongst the Anbiya alayhimus salatu wassalam, you had Hazrat Dawood alayhi salam, Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salatu wassalam, Hazrat Ayyub alayhi salatu wassalam, Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salatu wassalam, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning had blessed so much regarding wealth, treasures and riches. And other than them, also then besides the Anbiya alayhimus salatu wassalam, you find amongst the Sahaba, Hazrat Abdurrahman ibn Auf, Hazrat Zubair ibn al-Awwam, and others. The list goes on, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted them great portions of this wealth. Nevertheless, Allah ta'ala ki bari qabil qadr or laik shukr ni'mat hai. Therefore, this type of wealth is something which is deserves to be appreciated and deserves that we make shukr. Ni'mal malu salih lil mar'is salih. Now here on our trip here, we were in Bombay, we came to Jogeshwari, etc. Such people of prominence and wealth, I didn't even know myself. Afterwards, people told me that about this year. But if you look at them, that very same person is holding the jug in his hands and he wants to wash my hands. It is their woman folk in the house that will prepare the food, etc. Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahib used to say that ulama don't speak about wealth, because then the common masses would think or would come to some type of conclusion that they are trying to say something else and they are in need of wealth. Nevertheless, he used to go on to say that just like how I speak about salat, I will speak about zakat as well, and I will speak about wealth also. Hazrat Wala is speaking about his own experience here, just next to the madrasa. There was this person who was residing, and he would come and mix with the ulama as well. But he did not even know about a concept of zakat, that what is zakat. Nevertheless, this particular malfuz here, lawlan nubuwat labatal al-ma'ash wal-ma'ad, if it was not for prophethood and the ta'aleem of nubuwat, then most definitely the livelihoods of people would have come to an end, would have become corrupted and destroyed. Meaning the Anbiya alayhimus salatu wasalam also brought such type of ta'alimat that we will be able to understand how do we live, how do we earn ma'ash, livelihood. And together with that, the ma'ad would also become destroyed. Our akhirat, that's there. So Nabuwat came about and taught us about wealth and how to do this and how to do that. Hazrat Wala quotes an incident about a person who came to Hazrat Tanvi and then he asked for some money. Hazrat Tanvi gave him some 10 rupees. Thereafter that he went on speaking and he says, Allah forbid, that I'm not in need of Jannat and I don't need Jannat and this and that. Hazrat Tanvi thereafter rebuked him, reprimanded him, that you undeserving individual, give my money back. He actually took that money back and he chased that person, meaning that you say that you are not in need of Jannat. You're not in need of Jannat, you're so independent, but you are beer begging for 10 rupees. So Musalman and a believer is one who is in the search of Jannah. He's always seeking and making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for Jannah. Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha teaches us that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, in the very beginning of Islam and the deen, when wahi started coming down, the initial stages, the ayat that were revealed were more regarding Jannah and Jahannam. So many ayat of Jannah so that the hearts would be overwhelmed with thirst and enthusiasm to do good due to which people would then be entered into Jannah. And so much of mention had been made about Dozakh and Jahannam that fear overwhelmed and grabbed the hearts of people, due to which they never went to sin. I went to Maligaon as well, and there were many people that attended these majalis. Allah Ta'ala accept the suffer. I'm not even deserving of this, rather at this age I cannot even travel. So the mazammat and criticism against dunya and mal is only because by and large it makes a person ghafil and negligent from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or regarding akhirat or a'mal and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the fact of the matter is, and the reality of things is, well, what is this all about? That wealth itself is something that will make a person be able to live his life here on earth. But wealth must be such that if Allah Ta'ala has given you extra, if He has given you wealth, most definitely you must perform your Fajr Salat. Every person performs his Fajr Salat. But if Allah Ta'ala has given you extra portions of wealth, it is not that you become negligent regarding Fajr. Rather, together with your Fajr, you even read your Ishraq Salat. You would read your Tahajjud Salat. Instead of becoming negligent, you would do extra. You will go the extra mile. I also have and keep the Islah, the fikr of my Islah. In fact, today, my heart and my mind was just not supporting me, and I would even want to lay down and ask them now, what's happening and what did I do now? And I still had my Ishraq Salat that was balanced, that I had to read. I performed that and then I lied down. I don't think there's any harm in mentioning this as well. Allah Ta'ala accept it. Even on Safar, people would come immediately, they would want to give chai and tea and this and that and the other, and I would tell them, no. There's a few minutes, meaning let us engage in our ma'mul and then read Ishraq Salat, and thereafter it is fine, not a problem. A Sahabi came and he was very restless and worried, and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam asked him that, what was it, etc., and he says that, no, it is my goat or my some livestock of his that went missing. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was actually quite surprised, and he said that, oh, I actually thought that you were so worried because you missed your Ishraq Salat today. So in all those things that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has put something for us there, that He wanted us to have enthusiasm in it because He has promised us this, that and the other in it, lalaj dilaya, then most definitely we must accept that. We must accept that. Allah Ta'ala had so much of mercy on us that just like how Allah Ta'ala has revealed Surah Baqarah, Allah Ta'ala has also revealed shortest surahs of the Quran Majid, which would make it easy for us or for recitation in our salat, etc. So with wealth, no type of self-conceitedness should come. No type of pride and arrogance should come. It shouldn't be such that now we have wealth, now we're looking down upon others. Okay, now we continue. Hazrat Wala is saying that when I went to Africa, it happened such that I reached such a majlis and such a gathering where there were many great prominent business people there. But such people of such type of caliber such people that never would just like that meet with ulama, and neither would ulama come and meet with them. I reached there at that time. They were all sitting in front of me. That was arranged, etc. And then that question came there that now who will start off this majlis with a recitation of Quran? And then from amongst them, there was a Hafidhul Quran who was blind. And then he was seated. And that gave me the idea of what should I speak. And then I said and started relating to them that all of you people were here. But the virtue and the privilege went to who? It went to that person from amongst you people, yourselves, from your own people, to that person who had the fazilat and the privilege of Al-Quran. He had the honor of sitting on that chair. Let's go on and discuss another hadith. عن جابر رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يدخل الجنة لحم نبت من السحت وكل لحم نبت من السحت كانت النار أولى به. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has mentioned, Jabir radiyallahu ta'ala an relates that flesh of a person's body that is nourished by means of haram wealth, then the fire of Jahannam is more deserving for that type of flesh. Now, we seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this particular hadith, there is a grave and a stern warning. The alfaz hadith, the outward meaning of it is this, that dunya mein jo shakhs haram kamai ki ghiza se he nourished himself, he ate from that type of food, then such a person would be deprived from entry and admission into Jannah. Rather, his abode would be that of Jahannam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from this. Now, the sharihin of the hadith mention by means or in the light of other riwayat, other ahadith and Quranic ayat as well, text, that the matlab of all of this is that person now who has eaten or has nourished himself from this type of food which is haram, etc., that person will not enter Jannah until he has gone to Jahannam and got the adhab or the punishment for this type of negligence on his part, that he nourished himself by means of haram. Yes, it is after that he will be granted admission into Jannah. However, before passing away, or if he sincerely makes tawbah and turns to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it is greatly possible that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would most definitely forgive him. Or some person had made du'a maghfirat for him, due to which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then forgives him. Then the author or the sharih here explaining ends off by saying Rabbi ighfir warham wa anta khairur rahimin. Hazrat Wala says that I also read this, we should read this, Rabbi ighfir warham wa anta khairur rahimin. Another hadith, Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala an, Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has mentioned, Ya'ti ala nasi zamanun, such a time will come upon people, La yubalil mar'u ma akhadha minhu min al-halali am min al-haram, that a person will not be bothered what he takes, whether it is halal or whether it is haram. It comes in Sahih al-Bukhari that Abu Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala an, on one occasion, his slave had presented some type of food in front of him, and Abu Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala an then ate this. Thereafter, the servant or that ghulam, that assistant, goes on to say that I have achieved this year in such a way that in Zamana-e-Jahiliyat, I told and I prophesied, or I done some type of fortune telling to some person, and I deceived him. I told him that, etc., etc. And I met him today, and he gave me the reward of that, which now I presented to you, and you have eaten. Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala, when he came to know about this, he stuffed his fingers into his mouth and he emptied out his belly and his stomach of all that contents, and he vomited it out. A similar type of incident is narrated regarding Umar radiallahu ta'ala an, that milk was presented to him. He accepted it and he drank it. Thereafter, he asked the person, "Where did you get this milk from?" So he says that I got it from the certain place that there was, what do you call it? Where the animals of zakat, etc., were kept. I actually got it from there. So meaning it was now doubtful, and Umar radiallahu ta'ala an also then stuffs his fingers into his mouth and vomits that, empties out his belly from all of that. There were so many of the Buzurgan-e-Din also. For this reason, they would not attend functions, etc., because they wanted it all to be completely pure, and this was the ihtiyat and precaution that they had exercised. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with afiyat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us and give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of eating halal. Such halal that would be a means of encouraging us and giving a means of inspiration for us to have fikr and dhikr. Rather, let us go towards all those type of a'mal, etc. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم بحرمة سيد النبي الكريم صلى